Mm, Rich and Royal Risings. Yes, it's been a minute. I've been quiet, been watching because ever since they took my social media profiles down, I've been forced to work in the background. And since then, working in the background, it's actually been doing more. Things have been manifesting intuitively faster by not being on social media and being transparent about the frauds and I'll say the misinformation campaigns that are going out now. So that's why I really didn't speak. I wanted to hear and collect all of the receipts and all of the misinformation for a minute. Source has been showing me to be quiet. Just be quiet. And as hard as it's been, as triggering as it's been, um, and personally attacked feeling like, but as you continue to get messages and learning about Stokely Carmichael talking about how they've been monitoring us. Even in the movie, they cloned Tyrone. They've been surveilling the whole community just to make sure that none of us rise up because I'm going to talk about this Mithra club, the Club of Rome, that has to deal with the contracts, right? And the agreements and all of this stuff. It's a male only club. The brotherhoods, the handshakes, the friendship, peace and friendship treaty. Let's talk about that because they like to say, some like to say, and blame royals, the conquistadors, the whatever that narrative is. And I get it. We were on all continents, right? So some of us really got moved off of Europe to settle here on plantations. We were the first slaves, indentured servants. They don't want to talk about that. There's a goddess in Europe, a historian, a real historian, a doctorate, a teacher. She's real. Hmm. She's not in this club that gets has to do this black magic sex ritual to do agreements, to bind contracts, to have oaths of secrecy. She's not in that. So, and I don't think she has any type of men under her that are like she's grooming. Speaking of them UK grooming gangs, I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've been feeling the because I'm an empath. Can't get away from everybody feeling the pains, the economy, the money. No matter how hard you try to hustle, this system, was designed to keep you in this hamster wheel, right? This new age slavery. And it's since I've been quietly going to war with the UK from America, because, Cromwell sent us over here. I've been on Mary's land, family has been on Mary's land, and the South Carolina royal colony for the whole 400 years. Okay? For the 400 years. My other family, half my southern family, is in Promised Land, South Carolina. The Sundry Moors, the Berbers. Shout out to some people who are doing the research. How did some Berbers over there get over here and blah, 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 blah. We were doing the research in the timelines in the 1607. They want to say that's when colonization started, Jamestown. But that was when they say we got ran out of Europe. No, that's when the coup started. The coup d'etat, the two crowns, the de facto stuff started way back then. So if you don't know your history and you're really serious about doing the timelines, I can't help you because there are definitely some that are coming on platforms and promoting misinformation because you guys are lazy and don't do your research. You don't have the timeline under control. That's why you can't flip the timeline. So as I'm doing my research and I'm looking at was slavery, that whole block, why is it if you go to UK website, Parliament, official Parliament's timeline, it shows you that Parliament was in control of that labor force, and I'll say taking someone's destiny swapping. Oh yeah. So when they were destiny swapping the royals, yes, it trickled down to destiny swapping all of the indigenous land here in America. Because some of us have been really doing mad research when it's about Charles V. You know, he shows up on the Inca and he's Spain. That that connection, and it's possible evidence that he was born in America. Yeah. So this is pre Columbus, pre Jamestown. Let's not even get into Mansa Musa and the Olmecs. Let's not do that because that would totally just destroy certain people's misinformation platforms because they haven't done the research. So Charles V is the lake. It's a lake. And when I was doing my ancestry, Spain wasn't in my ancestry that much. Not at all. Not at all. Portugal wasn't showing up that much. Yes, Italy, France, Scotland, Ireland, England, and so then to America because Cromwell did the extermination and sent everybody for religious beliefs or whatever. If you supported the melanated monarchy, you got evicted from Europe. So if that's what you want to say, got kicked out, and those genocides and massacres, if that's what you want to say, but there's a goddess in the UK, like I said, that is a historian, and she is doing the research that there's actual artifacts pre-Viking that are Orishas. So when you guys rounding this all back up about these initiations, this religion of males who have been doing this secret society shit for thousands of years, King Cyrus, YMCA, I see you and your whole club of contracts, deals. That's why I know the Moors have been pushing all this about the contract law, and if anything, pay attention because that's where it really is. The issue is not even Freemasons. Like, this is an ancient cult that has been using men, young boys, and their semen, because that's the spark of life, right? Bodily fluids, drinking in that cup. That cup. Even when you get down to people learning about alchemy, the philosopher's stone, it has to do with bodily fluids, urine, semen, the nasty stuff. Menstrual blood sacrifice. That's what Christianity and the others were saying stay away from. That pagan stuff. But some of you guys embraced it and didn't know what you were doing. And some of you actually tried to do these rituals against somebody whose ancestors was, and it wasn't working. How about that? Anybody think about that? Like Diddy with the tat and the voodoo and all of that stuff. Might not work on some people. No weapon formed against shall prosper. Because some have that real OG bloodline DNA that it's not gonna work. And you guys have been fucking around and been watching. I've been watching so many things over time from the media in the UK gets paid per article. The bloggers get paid, just like Israel, and you've been seeing with Turning Point, pay certain people $7,000, and then they get views and all that. Like, yeah, it's even in our community. The Boulets, the ones who, the my sons, the brothers in hoods, I say, mafia, black mafia. I'm calling all y'all out. Y'all have the same rituals, y'all just different branches. The hazing, the humiliation rituals, the initiation, the faking of the death. I see you. Anytime you want to put an album out, you do all this shit, right? Because again, it's initiation and it's a contract, record label contracts, all those contracts. That's why the economy is the way it is. This K, if you have your corporation set up right, you can work it, the EIN. But if you have an SSN, birth certificate, you're dead. The K, everybody under the middle class is feeling it, right? And Trump is like, I don't know what you're talking about. The stock market, this, that, and the other, crypto, the beast system, all of that. If you're not in that, then you're not really thriving and surviving in the golden age, right? That's the beast kingdom. The 10 kings, the fake Saudi de facto. If you look at what de facto means, it's de facto. But it's been really difficult to find someone on the level that can speak about all these things honestly, without the ego, without anything. They don't have the oaths and contracts behind or allegiance to their particular clubs. And I'm going to talk about the clubs. And I'm nightclubs, Shay Shay Club, Club Shay Shay, Disney Club, them clubs, Mar-a-Lago clubs. When you see that word club, membership, you got to be a member. That's the difference in how you can tell what's going on. They want to be elite, the fake elite. They want to mimic the divine union when they do these rituals, and the rapper empties himself of all they really to become the vessel, and somebody deposits that stuff and they manifest in that vessel, whether it's a male and they be doing this, pretending they the female. They mocking the whole union of the sacred energy exchange. Energy. Yeah. So instead of the male and female, the true trinity, they're doing their own homo trinity. I see y'all, all of y'all. You're not untouchable because Most High got you. And the crazy part is, when I got this Diddy, I'm gonna show it to you. This Diddy timeline. It's an HIV timeline. Anybody seen HBO True Blood? True Blood. And remember Suki? Everybody wanted Suki's blood. Suki, this, that, and the other, and them vampires. But the blood got tainted. That's the HIV. All the motherfuckers in the freak offs from Usher, which is 1994, rape, all the way. Anybody involved got that package, got that STD. Yeah. So it's amazing how Source worked it on out. All of them doing them heathenistic acts, orgies, and all that stuff for success. That blood got tainted with that STD called AIDS. It's funny how Diddy's ritual, which was the city college ritual, died. Nine is finality. It was an AIDS benefit. Did he have AIDS then and gave all of y'all motherfuckers AIDS? It's a setup. This is amazing. But since that's trending, we can't talk about the good stuff. Stay tuned for how we move forward, because I'm watching the UK and be exposed of the fraud that they are, government not really caring about the people and trade. And America is a fraud. I hear Trump talking about central casting agency, central casting actors. They're doing a great job. You ever wonder why he's always talking to reporters about